Peace to the gods and peace to the goddesses out there. Today, I would like to talk about a topic that is not often discussed in mainstream conversation. Turn the music down here a little bit. But one that has the power to transform our lives in profound ways. I'm speaking about spiritual enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment is a state of being that transcends the limitations of the physical world and connects us to something greater than ourselves. It is the state of deep awareness, understanding, and connection to the divine, the universe, or whatever name we give to the infinite intelligence that surrounds us. The journey to spiritual enlightenment is not an easy one. It requires us to look inward and confront our fears, doubts, and beliefs. It requires us to let go of the ego, the sense of self that limits us and prevents us from seeing the bigger picture. It requires us to embrace a new perspective, one that sees beyond the surface level of reality and recognizes the interconnectedness of all things. But the rewards of spiritual enlightenment are immense. When we reach this state, we experience a sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that cannot be found in the material world. We are able to see life with new eyes and appreciate the beauty and wonder that surround us. We are able to connect with others on a deeper level and feel a sense of love and compassion that transcends our differences. So, how can we reach this state of spiritual enlightenment? There's no one right answer, as the journey is unique to each individual. However, there are some practices that can help us along the way. This include meditation, prayer, self-reflection, and acts of service to others. By focusing our attention on these practices, we can cultivate the awareness and understanding that is necessary for spiritual enlightenment. In conclusion, I would like to leave you with a quote from the great spiritual teacher, Eckhart Tolle. Enlightenment is not a concept or an attainment. It is a full-time job. Indeed, the journey to spiritual enlightenment requires a constant commitment to self-improvement and self-awareness. But the rewards are beyond measure. So let us embrace this journey with open hearts and minds, and may we all find the enlightenment we seek. That's the topic for tonight, spiritual enlightenment. I just gave you a brief summation of what it is. But in that brief summation, it still goes deeper than that. It's many levels to spiritual enlightenment. That's why it's a full-time job. It should be your daily job. It should be the only job that you work on, because while you're working on that, all the prosperity comes from that. That's why spiritual enlightenment equals prosperity. But before we get deep into that, I just want to say to everybody, thanks for tuning in to another Truth Tuesday show with your host, Akeem, here on Hindsight Radio, the information station, changing the nation. I don't know about you, but I know this year so far I've met many challenges. And so far, I believe I've come through them pretty good. But in the beginning, it's hard because what I read in that speech I wrote, that the ego wants to take over. You have to transcend it. So when you first are faced with adversity, the first thing that wants to jump out in front and do something about it is your ego. Ego in the Bible is represented by Peter. Remember what happened when they came to get him and Peter pulled out the sword, cut the ear off? He was ready to move. He did not see the deeper meaning of what was about to happen to the Christ, and what was necessary for him to go through in order for him to achieve the ultimate spiritual enlightenment, transcending the boundaries and limitations of death. And what are we talking about when we talk about death, when we're speaking of in these terms, when we talk about Christ died on the cross and things like that, from an esoterical level? He was transcending the egoic mind, allowing himself to be humiliated and be dishonored without retaliation against beings that was weaker than him. See, hold on. I was gonna not drink, but my spirit said do it tonight, so I did it. So what I'm about to say requires me to take a sip. Some of you are so powerful spiritually that when you speak on something, it will manifest itself. And see, what Christ represented was, I have the power to put down my enemies or any problem that I have quickly. But do I use that power against people or things that I know are weaker than I am? See, that is spiritual enlightenment, knowing your power and not using it on people you can win against. Just allowing them to do whatever, because whatever they do is not going to mean anything anyway. So it's not even worth your time or effort to even try to do anything bad or negative towards them. Because remember, what you put out, you get back. See, that's what Christ was trying to teach. There's no need for me to go at and attack them. No, keep doing what I did before. Heal. Give nothing but spiritual encouragement. Open the eyes of the blind. Unstop the ears of the deaf. Do not condemn people for what the church would call immorality. Yeah, he had the power to do whatever he wanted. And some of you have the power to make things happen. But do we have to do that? No. You don't have to. It's not necessary. Your powers must be reserved for good, bringing about your peace, prosperity, and unlimited wealth and abundance to your home and to those around you. See, that's your shield. Love and compassion is your shield away from these types of situations. You're gonna always be met with these types of challenges. What do you do when you're faced with these adversities? Do you seek to go to the lower level? Too low? To try to get revenge? Or you go to the higher ground and allow people to be whoever they are and act the way they are without your retaliation? Church would call it forgiveness against them, but really forgiveness is for you. You're forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to find yourself in that situation. And through that forgiving yourself, you are giving those around you grace and mercy. So remember that. Spiritual enlightenment is a very deep goal or aspiration. It has so many levels to it. You can get this form of spirituality or enlightenment, and then you get more and more. It's a continuing lifetime journey. It's a full-time job. So if you're working on your spiritual enlightenment, then you have no time to even try to condemn others. You're too busy working on yourself. And let me speak to the people who are challenged by the fact that they want good things to happen to them. They want to increase their finances. They want to increase their they want to maybe find a mate, maybe get along with their family, whatever it is, or get a job, or quit the job and start a business, or continue in a business and make it more successful. The only reason why those things are not manifested quick enough is because you believe it's taking too long. You believe it's not here yet. You believe you don't have it. Or after you say your affirmations, you doubt that it's going to come. Or you say, when is it going to come? See, if you're doubting and you're saying, when is it going to come? Then that means you don't believe it's here. You don't know it's here. See, your job, and this is a part of a spiritual enlightenment, is to know that anything you conjure up in your mind and you see in your mind, you already have it. And you do, and from a spiritual point of view, you already have it. So you have to have it spiritually, consciously first, before you can actually see it in the physical. The physical is just the symptom. It's what comes after. It's the next step. So what pictures are you seeing in your mind? If you want unlimited wealth, you want money, what are you actually looking at in your mind? And that is what you're getting. Remember, it's a full-time job. That means you got to lock that in daily. You can't do it for 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and then forget about it. You got to keep doing this every chance you get, every opportunity. I'm trying to find a scripture that relates to what I'm saying. Let's see. See if I can find it. You got to do this consistently. And if your money situation is really bad, you need to be doing it every waking moment that you have. You don't have time to watch TV. You don't have time to read anything that has nothing to do with your correcting your money situation. You don't even have time to talk to people that's not encouraging you in that way. I promise you, if you go for the next 30 days and you just consistently stay on that money consciousness thing, seeing your bank account overflowing, visioning it like it's already there, your money situation will change. And here's the thing: don't go small. Don't go. I just need in $100, $200. That's a waste of time, because $100 can't take you out the door of your home. Really, it can't. I know some of you say, yes, I could do this and that. Yeah. No, if you try to do it on the big level, $100 is like $1. Okay. I know that shocks some of y'all money consciousness minds who $100 ain't just $1. Yes, it is. To me, it is. I can move $100 in a few minutes just on a meal for the family, quick, and that's just being conservative. Come on. You have to recognize the reason why you're not getting what you want is because the movie playing in your mind is saying you don't have it. That thought, that afterthought, after you say, I am wealthy, then you say, I'm not really wealthy. I hope it come tomorrow. When is it? You start questioning. When is it coming? That's doubt. You don't, no. Doubt. You have no room for doubt. You have no. Give me a second. I'm looking up something. Somebody put a quote. Let's see. It says here, Joshua 1:8, keep this book of the law always on your lips. And what law are we talking about? The law of mind, the law of good, positive affirmations, the law of which you speak into existence, what you're commanding. Meditate on it day and night so that you may be careful to do everything written in. Then you will be prosperous and successful. This word they're talking about is the word of God or the word of good you're speaking to yourself. This is what it's talking about. It says day and night, not a few minutes here. It says day and night. You got to consistently, any break you get, be on it. Trust me. If you do this daily, consistently, you will see your money change overnight. If you have it in your mind to manifest money instantly, it will happen. And all of those doubting Thomases out there, all those that doubt it, you're not going to get it because you doubt. But the people that believe what I'm saying, believe in the power of their own minds, they will get it. That's who I'm talking to. The ones on, whatever. That sound good, this, that, and the other. It ain't for you. You're not gonna get it. You're right, because you believe otherwise. I'm only talking to the people that believe what I'm saying. You will be able to manifest your good, your prosperity on instantly. I just personally did something last week, and I'm gonna share a ritual with you tonight on manifesting what you want. A protection manifestation, protect you. It's going to require some work. It's going to require some tools. See, I know how to do paperwork and all of that, but my greatest power is my power of knowing how to manifest through rituals, manifesting through smoke and frankincense and myrrh, burning those things and speaking into that smoke what I want. I don't know. Hey, if you feel like it's mumbo jumbo, voodoo, demonic, whatever, you go on and you believe that. That's for you. You believe that. I can't speak to your belief system, but I know what works with me. And I watched it happen. And I watched it happen, and I forgot I even put it out there because I put it out there and I said, "That's it. No more thinking and worrying about this. This is done. It's over. You're gone. You're out of here." With the I had a challenging situation I had to deal with. I had to manifest it away. We had a situation, in my truck. I had to manifest a new truck. Guess what? We got a new truck. Pick it up tomorrow. I'm not speaking from theory. I'm not speaking from guesswork. I'm not speaking from someone else's success. I'm speaking from mine. I'm telling you what's real. The deal is I recognize what's required. And I recognize when I'm not manifesting, when I'm not doing well, It all goes back to me and what my practices are daily. It's no one else's fault. It's nothing else. Yes, things come in to distract me, but it's up to me to be distracted by it. It's up to you to allow yourself to be distracted away from your purpose. Some of y'all been working on some things for quite a while. It's time to finish that because the circumstance is going to come up that's going to delay you even further. So your window of opportunity is now. Make it happen. No excuses. No, well, this I gotta. No, 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 no. What happens and why I don't tend to keep a lot of friends because I don't allow people to be in my circle without me challenging them to the things they say they wish to have. If it's a good something good that they want to do for themselves, I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to ask you, what are you doing? I'm going to put you to the test to see how serious you are because I can only be in the company of people who are serious about their prosperity. I cannot be in this company of people who want to talk about things that is not conducive to my success. I'm sorry. I'm a little selfish on that. Not a little, I'm a lot. I have to protect my consciousness at all costs. Yes, most people are good people out there. But just because they're good people don't mean they're good company for where you're going. Come to that realization. This is called spiritual enlightenment. Doesn't mean you have to judge or condemn them. It just means that you cannot spend time and energy in that space with them because they are of a different family. They are of a different group. They are not part of your tribe. They're not part of the tribe of receiving infinite wealth, infinite peace, and abundance. They're not part of that. So you want to be a part of a tribe, a group, a community that's going in the direction where you want to be. You need to be really with someone who's doing better than you and be willing to listen and take advice. Be a sponge. Don't be a know it all. So many people come to me for consultations, but they want to tell me what they know instead of getting a consultation with me. So it was a time where I used to, I used to do battle with that. I would be in conflict with them. Hey, you called me for this. Now I just sit there and listen and let them talk the whole 30 minutes away. Because there's no need for me to resist. They think they know it. They think they have the answer. They just want me to confirm what they're talking about. You see? If you got in your mind that you know everything, then you know nothing. And if you got in your mind that you know nothing, you know everything. I know nothing. I know very little compared to what is really out there. I have a lot of information to share. I have a lot of information to talk about, but really, when you look at the grand infinite universe and uh compare that to my knowledge, it's nothing. I'm still just barely scratching the surface. So it's a continued work of feeding my mind information, investing in my education. You got to keep the book of the law, your law, meaning the law. You say you want certain things, you say that. Now, what are you willing to do to get it? What are you willing to give up to get it? Who are you willing to remove out of your life to have it? Tough question. Because some people have this in their mind that they can get to these different levels and keep the same friends that they had at that level that they was on before. Unless those people are going in the same direction, you will not be able to keep them like that. You'll keep them as acquaintances and you stay in touch from here and there. But far as die hard day in, day out, you will have to cut them off politely. Who's out there? We have Charles Bryan, peace to the gods and goddesses. Uh Hindsight Ready said peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all, as always. Karen says happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you as well. What are those? Those your dogs up there as your profile picture? Oh, discipleship ministry. Peace, my brother and others. Peace to you as well. A Maxim. Well, happy Super Tuesday. This disciple said, meditate on the word day and night. That's how I was able to pull up the scripture. You put that in there. Thank you. C. King Bay. Peace, everyone. Discipleship said, preach, bro. Thank you. There is no way that you're going to receive all of those things that you desire without putting in the work. There's no way. It's foolish to think that you can just sit back and it's just going to fall in your lap. You're going to have to do some serious mind work to get it done. Serious renewing of the mind. That's why that scripture is like the most profound scripture in the Bible. When you understand it from a spiritual level, esoterically, if you understand it that way, you understand how powerful it is. Because all I need to do to change my situation, to change my money consciousness, in my money situation, is to change my money consciousness in my mind. Start seeing myself wealthy, seeing myself participating in wealthy things. Start participating in the finer things of life. Don't look at it and say, I can't afford that. I can't do that. Well, I only make but so much. I know you only make but so much. But you will make, in some people's eyes, too much if you start thinking abundantly. See, you only make so much because you believe in so much. I only make 20 grand, 30, 40, whatever. That's what you believe in. That paycheck that you're getting from the job is what you believe you're worth. Or at the minimum, that's what you have accepted as your worth. I know that's a gut check. That was a straight uppercut to the chin and a shot to the stomach, what I just said. That salary that you got at the job is what you believe and accepted as your worth, your time. You only get what you believe. You only going to get as far as the ideas in your mind. And some of y'all could have got more from the job, but you was too scared to say, because they always ask you, how much do you want to make? And you start thinking, I've done this too. Well, I can't say too much because they might not look at my application. So I'm going to say this. You don't really want to make that much. You want to make way more than that. But you want to get in there, so you want to write something that you think that they will accept. What kind of fool are we that we falling for this con game? First of all, why the hell you asking me how much I want to make when you already know what you going to pay me, what you willing to pay me? Well, we know it's a psychological question because somebody's going to write a very low salary on there because that's what they believe their self-worth is. Okay. What do you believe? The spirit, let me before I say that, spiritual enlightenment is understanding your divine purpose and understanding your worth, your true worth. No money can really pay for it. Not that man is made. What are you worth? Do you feel like you worth only $20,000 a year, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80? That's what you feel you worth for making? I know you sitting here listening to me and saying no, I know I'm worth more than that. Then why the hell are you still accepting that little bit of money? Why? Oh, I gotta pay the bills. I gotta accept the salary because I got a mortgage, I got a car note, I got credit card bills, I got all this and that. Let me tell you something about credit card bills and car payments and all of that. When I first got into this knowledge, I said I'm gonna bankrupt that straw man and I'm never gonna use that social again. And I went on to create me an alter ego through EINs, and I started doing commerce with that. And my credit has never been so good. Once I understood the power and freedom of I'm in charge of my credit profile, not them. I'm in charge. That's spiritual enlightenment. Understanding your power and what you in control of. Yeah, they got all these rules. You got see what they have done to your mind is this: that since they put it on these papers, this is how you are relegated or you are determined by a credit score that they made up to give you different interest rates. It's a game. And once you understand that it's a game, okay, this is what you want. You want me to have this, that, it. Okay, this is what I'm gonna. I know what I need to do to get that. It's not by fate that your credit is not good. That's not fate. That's by your conscious decisions to not pay a bill or something like that. But why are you so fixated on that social when there's so many other things you could do credit with? Oh, I know you got to have a guarantee. You got all that. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. What with the power of manifestation, the power of knowing your divine power, and having this knowledge, combine them together, you're unstoppable. I told you. I just got a truck for the company. I had to work for it. I had to put in some work to get it, but I got it. Company's only year and some months old. They usually don't give loans to company that young, but they did it for me because of the power of knowledge and the power of doing my rituals to say that I'm going to get this. Which reminds me, March the 20th, I think falls on a Monday. We're going to do um a ritual for the spring, the true New Year. I think it's March 20th. That's on a Monday, I think. So Sunday at midnight. So I'm going to put that invitation out. We're going to do another ritual. And I know some of y'all need it because I know if you're anything like what's happening for me for the last couple of months, it's it's been challenging, but still getting it done. It's just extra mind work. And it's probably residual negative thoughts that came from way back when that's catching up to me. I recognize that, so I got to get deep and reminding me of my spiritual power. I have to go in and uh and correct that. That's the power of knowing this. That you know that these situations that you find yourself challenging, they're temporary, and a lot of them are self-inflicted wounds, stuff you've allowed to go on or allowed yourself to be a part of. That is the problem. And once you know those things, you get if it's something you allowed yourself to be a part of, you can remove yourself from that. Very simple, but hard to do, you know. Spiritual enlightenment. I know some of y'all want the spiritual enlightenment of current events. Y'all want to know what's happening out there that's negative. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what they're doing out there. You see, not interested. All I'm interested in is my spiritual success and my wealth, peace, prosperity, and good health. So, if you got something that you're working on, that you're trying to get off the ground, get it off the ground. Stop trying to make it perfect right away. You can perfect that over time. Get that thing out there, start putting it out there so people can see it and buy something. It's not doing you any good. See, you're supposed to be scaling to sell something. A lot of people get into this mindset, they want it in a pretty pink bow to get started. You're going to screw up in the beginning. It's just natural. That's the way it is. And that's how you learn. Be okay. Be okay with making mistakes. Be okay with screwing up. Be okay. Failure is success. They're partners. You got to fail to succeed. As Les Brown would say, you will fail your way to success. Yes, you will. But what is that message really saying? Just do it. Like the Nike symbol said, just go ahead and get it done. Get started. Take the step. You don't know what you got until you put it out there. You don't know how people going to respond to you. This is all part of spiritual enlightenment. Knowing that just get started, do it. Let's see something. If I can find this. But the path of the just righteous is like the light of dawn that shines bright and brighter until it reaches its full strength and glory in the perfect day. From an esoterical sense, every time you just move righteously, you know what you want out of this. You just move towards it and start it. Put it out there. And it will get brighter and brighter. You will have more success every day. But if it's just sitting there in dormant stage, it's nothing. It's doing nothing. Nothing. You want to get it to the point where someone can see it or potentially see it. Put that seed of attracting customers to you out there. There's no more time to waste. Do what is necessary to make it visible. It might even have misspelled words. It's okay. Not many things I've had misspelled words and had so much success because it wasn't the words that made it happen. It was the power of your intentions and moving forward that made it happen. It was you. Because you didn't see the misspelled words. I didn't see the misspelled words before. Till maybe a year later, I started reading, hey, man, this thing is screwed up with misspellings. I was working with someone, and I presented them with some paperwork to put in, and they wanted to correct this and correct that, and they had no real success on anything else. They had them lawyer. They had all these people, and that couldn't help them. And I warned them and I said to them, I said, you will get some paperwork and it'll look like the English is all jacked up. It looks like the words are mixed spelled. But I ask you to trust me and just leave it like it is, because those things are all written from the Spirit, written from divine intervention. Just trust it. Just let it go. Let it roll through and watch it work. But they couldn't do it. They could not do it. So they seeking advice somewhere else. So I hope it all works out for them. Despite my many successes, they didn't, they felt, didn't see. People talk the talk of they got a spiritual mindset and they're enlightened and all this, but they're not enlightened, because only an enlightened person will understand what I was asking them to do. And this is how I know who I'm dealing with. When I throw stuff out there and they're fighting me, hey, they're not. They ain't got it yet. They don't understand the power of manifestation. They don't understand the power of the mind. It transcends the physical. It is the Lord over the physical. It controls the physical. You see, it controls it all. Not the other way around. The physical does not govern the power of your mind. It's your mind that governs the physical and is the God and Lord over the physical. Things do not come from the things that appear. It comes from the things that you cannot see. It comes from the unseen. All things come from the unseen. The things that are seen come from the things that are unseen. The ideas in your mind, as Reverend Ike King Creota said, you will never get any further than the ideas in your mind. Never. That is an inescapable truth. So if your ideas of poverty, depression, feeling sorry for yourself, all you're going to get is more of that. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're going to get people that have contempt for you, because people don't like to be around people who are always feeling sorry for themselves or feeling like they're a victim. People don't like that. Their energy is repulsed by that. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. If there's something you're not liking about yourself, all you need to do is say, "Oh, what do I like about myself?" and concentrate on that. What outcome do I want from this about myself? And concentrate on that. Don't concentrate on the things you don't like about yourself. Concentrate on the things that you love about yourself and build from there. I can promise you there's more good in you than is what you think is bad. And things that you think are bad is just an illusionary story or an imaginary tale you telling yourself, just like people telling kids these fake stories when they were kids about Santa and all that. You telling yourself that something is wrong with you is on the equivalent, on the level of someone talking about there's a Santa coming down the chimney. It's not real. It's what you told yourself and what you have contracted to believe about yourself. So what you have to do is rewrite the script. Change the narrative about yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. There is everything right with you. And that there is what you call enlightenment. Because spiritual enlightenment leads to prosperity of thought, prosperity of money, prosperity of health, prosperity of love, prosperity of all things. That is good. And that is what the journey is. The journey to spiritual enlightenment so that it will equal to prosperity of all aspects of your life. So, we'll have some more to say. Maybe. Let's see. Mm, let's let that sit. Sit. Ancestors, whatever you have for me to say, now is the time before I close this presentation to bring it and download it into the depths and consciousness of my mind. I'll take a moment and look at the chat while that's downloading. Maxim Moore said he's been offered 25,000, 75,000 business line of credit, but didn't take it yet. But I will take it in April 2023. Yes, sir. Manifest that money. Take that money and make it multiply. Circulate it. And to those of you who are in doubt, those of you who feel like it's not coming fast enough, there's one simple answer to that. It's because you believe it's not coming fast enough. And that's why it's not coming fast enough. So believe in something different. Believe in a new thing. Renew your mind on that thought that it has come and it's here, and all you have to do is walk up to that table and take part in it. See yourself doing the things that you desire, as Reverend Ike would say. See it, imagine it, play with it, have fun with it, and feel joy and be thankful. Get into the feeling of it. Imagine, let's just say I always talk about money. That's my thing. Just imagine it's just lots of money. Just imagine yourself having lots of money and what you would do with it. First thing you want to do is make it multiply, make it have babies. Yeah. That's the first thing. Then the next thing, what you going to enjoy with it, whether it be a nice home, nice car, do something nice for the family, take them somewhere nice, on a nice vacation, a nice island vacation. Wouldn't that be nice? Can you see that? Can you see that in the depths of your mind and your consciousness? I'm glad I drank that sip because it reminded me that I have to tell you how to do this ritual for yourself to protect yourself. Okay, let's pull it up. Someone passed this on to me, and I did it. And it worked out very well. All right, here we go. This is going to be a 3-day process. Day 1, you're going to read Psalms 4. And day 2, you're going to read Psalms chapter 8. If someone have access to the chat, y'all could type that for me. I'm not going to type it fast enough. So day 1, you're going to read Psalms chapter 4. Day 2, you're going to read Psalm chapter 8. And day 3, you're going to read Psalm chapter 10. Now, here's what you have to do. On day 2, write out Psalms 8 by hand and place the paper in front of you with the white candle. You're going to need a white candle and you're going to need frankincense. And meditate while breathing in joy and breathing out any negativity. Breathe and meditate for 10 minutes. So that's day 2. Why? That's one of the Psalms 8. Once you're done meditating, read Psalms 8 3 times. That's still day 2. Once you're done meditating, read Psalms 8 3 times. Day 1 and day 3, just sit with your white candle and frankincense and read each psalm once, but with deep conviction, meaning get it in your mind. All right. Okay. I can't type all that stuff out, so y'all are gonna have to probably run that back and listen to it. That's a protection. I'm trying to see if I can get into my chat and I could copy and paste it into. See if it comes up. Yeah, okay. I think I was successful at it. All right. All right. Let's see if we can copy this stuff. See, I got spiritual warriors out there that see, I know that I'm tapped into a divine level of communication with I don't have to say anything because I got people who I've never met before who just send me messages. Hey, I know you're going through something. Here, do this. Because they of the same tribe, the same spiritual tribe. This is consistent in my life. Do this. I get messages, hey, warning me, hey, check this out. Out of the blue. See, when you tapped into the divinity and divinity of yourself, you will receive these type messages. People will come. It won't be ambiguous. It won't be something that you can't figure out. It'll come just direct with an answer. That's a myth. Okay, let me try to get this in the chat. Let's see how I copied and pasted it. All right, let me edit this because it's. I'm editing it so it can look good. All right. There, I just put it in the chat for y'all. Copy and paste it. It did it in 2 different messages. All right, it's 8:06, and I'll say this one last thing. You got the recipe. You got to believe in the recipe. Do it. You can do it. Now, whether you will do it, that's another question, but you can do it. And I'm going to say peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. I wish nothing but good things from this day going forward. You will multiply your positive efforts by 10. Your bank accounts will overflow. And I also know something big about to happen because I've been opening up trust accounts, this account, that account. Like, why you open up all these accounts? Bank accounts got to hold all this money, all this currency that's about to flow. See, that's what I'm looking at. I need these multiple bank accounts so I can have money over here, there, boom, boom. Blessing all the banks with my deposits. Yes. Hit the like button. Jay Butterfly said, thank you. Pretty soon, hopefully, we got to revive some shows. I ain't gonna bring it out yet, but we may be. We're gonna work on it. All right, people. All right. You've been good to me. I appreciate your support. My Cash App is on the bottom. My Zelle is on the bottom. This is the time of year where the expenses be through the roof. February, March. January, February, March, because I got to go. That's my yearly renewals of my website, of my of Blog Talk, which I'm not really broadcasting on it, but it won't let me. I got so much content, I can't just close out the account. So I'm gonna figure out how to incorporate Blog Talk back into it, where we get the question and answer stuff going again, so we can talk about these other things like credit and IRS issues, and things of that nature. But what I want to say is, take that step right across the line. Peace.